Integers. Integers are numbers that we use to describe situations that can change in one of two directions. We use integers to show increasing or decreasing, going forwards or going backwards, earning money or owing money, time in the future, time in the past, all those different situations and more we use integers to describe. So what are these numbers that we call integers? Integers are whole numbers and their opposites. As you know, whole numbers are the numbers 0, 1, 2, 3, and so on. They are whole, so they have no decimal or fraction parts. Integers include all the whole numbers, 0, 1, 2, 3, and so forth, but they also include the opposites of those numbers, -1, -2, and -3, and so forth. 0 is an integer, but it's special. It's neither positive nor negative. When we're representing integers, we often use different color chips to represent negative and positive. Positive chips are black, negative chips are red. So in this first circle, we have a representation of +5. In the circle to the right, we have a representation of -3. You may have heard of Black Friday. It's the day after Thanksgiving, and it's typically the busiest shopping day of the year. It's actually called Black Friday because of this relationship of black and red and integers. Black Friday is the day that many stores find their earnings are finally start to exceed their expenses. In accounting terms, we call that going from in the red, a negative profit or debt, to in the black, making a profit. So the name Black Friday actually comes from the language used to represent positive integers. 0 is a key value in working with integers. A black chip together with a red chip is a +1 plus a -1, and they cancel each other out, resulting in 0. We call a black and red chip pair a 0 sandwich. 0 sandwiches enable you to represent integers in an infinite number of ways. You can represent 3 with 3 black chips. You can represent it with 3 black chips and 1 0 sandwich. So in other words, 4 black chips altogether and 1 red. Or you can represent it with 3 black chips and 2 0 sandwiches. You could use as many 0 sandwiches as you want. As long as you have 3 black chips and then the rest are 0 sandwiches, it's a representation of the number 3. Integers are equally spaced and arranged symmetrically around the number 0. This symmetry results in the concept of opposite. -3 is 3 to the left of 0, and +3 is 3 to the right of 0. They're opposites. The distance that a number is from 0 on the number line is called the absolute value of that number. Since 3 is 3 units away from 0, 1, 2, 3, the absolute value of 3 is 3, and these two vertical lines are what we use to represent absolute value. You would read this symbolic statement, the absolute value of 3 is 3 or equals 3. Correspondingly, since -3 is 3 units away from 0 to the left, here it is, 1, 2, 3, then the absolute value of -3 is also 3. So the absolute value of -3 equals 3. So we have two different representations of integers. We've got the set model, 2 red chips is -2, 2 black chips is +2. There's also a number line model. -2 is 2 to the left of 0, +2 is 2 to the right of 0. The set model is helpful when we're taking one number away from another. The number line model is helpful when we're thinking about the difference between two numbers. An absolute value is a very helpful concept related to the number line. The absolute value of -2 equals 2, and the absolute value of 2 equals 2. So for your home learning, I've got 6 problems for you to do, a couple of A's and B's. Please set up your paper with your heading, your Glen Urquhart heading, and number your problems. When you're drawing the chips for negative integers, I would like you to use something red, a red crayon, a red marker, a red pencil. If you don't have anything red at home to use, when you come into school, ask me right away, not at math class, before math class, and I will let you use something. All right, so great. Bring your work to class with you tomorrow, and we will correct it then. Have a good night.